Okay, people, I'm going to try a real hard one on you. This one's a hard one of the hardest ones I've ever had to lay down on you, but got to be done. You know what I say. God is always on time, and He's never late. But this one is, I'll tell you, this one's something, and I want you guys to listen real close, because, man, I'm sick of this shit. I am. Gotta say it. I'm pretty tired of being followed around and stuff like that, you know. I'm in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. What the hell are people following me around for? Anyway, I got a couple. Like, this is not easy, people. Man, I'm telling you, sometimes imparting the truth is a very hard thing to do. Well, in fact, it's usually a very hard thing to do. Anyways, I just pulled out from them in front of that building I've been telling you I've been watching all my life. But yeah, we're in that area. And I'm just going to take a little cruise around here while I'm telling you this story, because I want you to see a couple other things. Last night I showed you on a video there's this Salvation Army here, and they had it all blocked off and homeless couldn't get in there, nothing, yeah. Yeah, these guys, man, I got a lot of friends who go to the food bank. Never used to go to the food bank. They do now. Yeah, they do now. But anyways, they go to the food bank, quite a few of them. Like I know a lot of people. And from Avenue R north to, you know, all over the city, man. I know guys that they go to the food bank and they either don't like something or they're allergic to it, or they just don't like it, or whatever, and they always give it to me. And I come down to that Salvation Army where you seen all them guys on the corner there, and I give it to them, eh? And yeah, so I wanted to show you that, and I wanted to tell you there's this other one downtown for the homeless, and it's called the Lighthouse. And I'll tell you, I had a cousin end up in there one night, because she wasn't doing what she was supposed to, but she ended up in the homeless place there, that lighthouse thing. And they put her in there on a bare floor with a sheet, men and women all together. She said it took her forever to go to sleep. Pretty hard place to sleep in. And a lot of rough people in there too, you know. And anyway, she fell asleep finally. When she woke up beside a dead man. Yeah, right there, man. He died right there. And nobody bothered, you know. Nobody would even know till Laura woke up, and you know, she knew. And after, I don't know how long it took her to realize, but she knew he was dead. So she went and told them, and yeah, these people didn't even know this guy had died, man. Like, that's the you know, our health system here, and the people that supposedly are doing good things for these people. I'm telling you, man, that's bullshit, man. I'm telling you. And I showed you that other one on the other side of town, on the west side of town. It used to be Jehovah's Witness Hall. Man, I'll tell you, that was a nice property. Nice property. I can't imagine how much that property cost, because they're never sitting on a spot. And one thing about them, I'll tell you, their properties, man, spick and span, man. Spick and span. Only takes them boys about 2 or 3 days to put up a whole damn building, electrical and everything, kind of like them Hutterite boys, who I really love. Let me tell you, do I like Hutterites, man. I know a lot of them too. I love those guys, man. Like, I got some good Hutterite friends, boy. And them too. You know, if you know them and you see eye to eye, and you don't have no damn problems, man. Those guys call me up to come out and get truckloads of potatoes for free. Yeah, I love those guys, man. And to get going with them, oh man, you never laughed so hard in your freaking life, man. I'm telling you, these guys are characters, man. I love them. I did some spray insulating foam insulating for their pig barns there for a while, and man, I'll tell you, I liked staying out there, and I loved working out there, and everything was pretty fine to me, I thought. Like, I mean, really good. The food, holy Christ, holy man, I'm telling you, number one, that stuff is. I told you, I don't eat too much in town here. I'm not too fond of the food. I'll tell you what, when I was out at the Hutterites, I sure was. Couldn't get enough of it. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I like those guys. Those guys are, I'm telling you, those guys, I like those guys. But yeah, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, we're by the Saskatchewan River here. And I should put it in a different spot. Sorry guys, that wasn't much of a special effects production here, was it? But anyways, yeah, this is Saskatchewan River. This is my favorite spot in town. I always come here at this part of the park, have my coffee, go down to the river, have a look, and Saskatchewan River here. You know, Saskatchewan, it's a Cree word. It means swift flowing water, you know, and I've always loved that, because where I lived, you know, up by Cumberland House, up that way, when you get to the Saskatchewan River, that Cumberland House, she got quite a flow on her, let me tell you. That thing's going fast. And they used to have to go across there on ferries. So yeah, and they did get a bridge eventually, but you know what, guys, I haven't been home in so long, I've never crossed over that bridge. I haven't. That's how long since I've been home. And but when it was the ferry, my dad owned a business, and a gravel business, and you hauled logs in the winter, and we used to haul gravel into that place, man, on the ferry, man. Oh man, I tell you, the water'd come up to the tires on the gravel trucks. My dad's truck there, he called it the red whatchamacallit, and it wasn't a big truck, you know. All the boys in Carrot River had a lot bigger trucks than my dad. Peter Worse and Hayes and you name it, they had them. Ken Worse and Peterbilt's. But my dad had this little Chevy C65 5 and 4, and called it the red whatchamacallit. Well, I tell you, that little truck made more trips than anybody around the country. That's how Dad was. He was relentless when he went to work, man. Like, he didn't have the best truck, not the nicest truck, certainly not the most powerful truck or anything like that. But I'll tell you what, man, he put that thing to work. And he never stopped. That's why he always had a few more loads than the rest of the boys, right? You betcha. Like, I remember one time I don't got time for that, but I'll tell you sometime. Like, my dad was quite a guy. My dad was armed forces. Yeah, he joined up with the Queen's Own Rifles, and when he was a young boy, as young as you can get to get in the army, and my dad, to be quite honest with you, he done that in part, I guess. I wasn't there. I don't know the whole real story, but this is how I understand it, that he did it because he knew by the time he was, so he tells me, and I believe him, he told me by the time he was 15, he knew he wasn't going to be a farmer. You know, he just knew it. It wasn't for him, and he liked trucks, and he liked driving stuff and operating machinery. And I'll tell you, could he ever? My dad could get in a 950 Huff loader, man, and he could dig a basement. He could dig a basement for a house in 2 hours by himself, man, with a 950 Huff loader. And then when he was done, he could walk that thing out of the hole. You should see this guy, how he could operate anything. Had a license for everything, man. Everything you could drive, he had a license for, except the motorbike. He never did get into them. But anything else, man, chauffeur license, you name it, he had it. And I'll tell you, when that guy operated machinery, yeah, the Saskatchewan River here. Anyways, yeah, it's a Cree word for fast flowing river, and I've always liked that. It's a beautiful river in places. I'll tell you, I've taken a lot of fish out of this. A lot of people I know took a lot of fish out of this river. did things on it and in it and across it, and yeah, we know the Saskatchewan River over here pretty good. And like I say, all them reserves I told you, Thunderchild and all, yeah, I'm telling you, every time you go out there, man, they got fish, and they got moose and deer, you name it. Yeah, like jerky, they make their own. I tell you, they make some of the best jerky that you're ever going to taste. I'll tell you that. Real stuff, not this stuff I'm not so fond of these days. But anyways, yeah, I know a lot of them, a lot of reserves, and like I say, I worked that one red pheasant one whole summer just helping clean up the water supply, and well, we went through that. And yeah, I stayed right out there at one of my buddy's places, and Irvin, and I tell you, I love the guy, man. He's one of the best friends I ever had, and I'll tell you, man, have your back. Wow, that guy was. I love that guy, man. Yeah, all like that, pretty good. And I'm telling you these native stories for a reason. It's all going to make sense to you in a bit here. I'm just telling you them because it has to be said. And like I said, you know what I say, God's never late, and there's this frickin' building again. Man, I hate this place. Yeah, I always say, what do I say? I don't know what I was even saying. Oh yeah, I'm telling you these stories because it's going to make a point. And I'm telling you, you're going to want to stick around for it because I've got sitting beside me my copy of the Word, and I got a copy of this thing called well, it's called Muhammad in the Bible. Yeah, wait till I get to that part. That's pretty good. You'll never see it done this way, folks, because it's pretty original. And the reason it's original is because it comes from God. It don't come from me. I didn't write it. God did. I just read it. I mean it, man. I didn't write it. I just read it. Yeah. So, yeah. That's how that goes. And again, I just forgot what I was talking. Oh, I was going to say, yeah, just the way it is. So I just want to make a point really quick that you've heard me say it a million times. I don't give a damn who you are, politics, religion. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I give a damn about the Word, and I'll tell you that's all I care about. But anyways, yeah, my native brothers. Oh man, I could go on and on. The elders, I mean, learn something from these people. Holy cow, man, have I ever learned a lot of people from elders. Let me tell you something. You hear me go on about pharmakeia, I meant it. I haven't taken the pill since I was 18 years old. And I'll tell you why I haven't. I'll be honest with you, man. It wasn't only because I knew the Bible. But you know, a fella strays from time to time, and I've told you that. Everybody does. I ain't no different. I ain't perfect. I'm born a sinner just like everybody else. But you know, a guy strays from time to time, and what happened was I had a buddy. We were in Lloydminster at the time. I think we were working for Craftex Construction. This was in the 80s, early 80s, when yeah, Lloyd was booming then, man. You could work a week and then get your check and go party for a week, and didn't matter, because when you're ready to go to work, there was 10 other freaking jobs there. Take your choice. Yeah, you know, that's the way it was. I'm not kidding you. Lloyd was a booming place one time. And anyways, it was his 18th birthday, and we'd got all cashed up, and you know, we went out on the town. A pretty cool town. You can right on one street there, you can step right over to Saskatchewan or back into Alberta. The border's right there, going right through town. you can hop over to Saskatchewan or Alberta anytime you want. And yeah, it's something else. It was. And anyways, that's not the point. What we did, we got cashed up and we went out to the bar, and my buddy, it was his 18th birthday, and his brother came along, and he had all these I even forget what the hell they were called, but it was a foolish thing, Because I didn't even know what the hell the things were called, but, you know, I love these boys, man. The Sanders boys, man. No, those are some pretty good friends of mine. But anyways, it happened, and he had this, I don't know what it was, and we all took 18 of them for his birthday. I'll tell you, it wasn't for God, man. I'll tell you, I wouldn't be here, man. Wow. Overdosed or what, man? Like, I'm telling you, man, that was one of the biggest mistakes of my life. And you know, I did it out of wanting to be just included with the boys, you know, and so did everybody else. We didn't want to be the guy that's out, you know what I mean. We were in it together, and we stuck to it together, and all four of us ended up in the hospital, man. One guy didn't just about make it, and I did, and I'm telling you here and now, the only reason I did is because of God, man. I've been in some rough places, man. I've seen some things, and I'll say it again. I'd have never made it out of them places if it wasn't for God, man. No way. No way. Nope. I'll tell you, God's some awful darn good protection. Whether you've strayed from the Word or not. If you got Him in your heart and you fathom the Word, not a problem. Told you 100 times. I don't care who you are, what you are, when you are, where you are, what you done, what really. I don't care, man. How far you strayed from the Word. Anybody, and I mean it, anybody can come to God. So now I got to get to these stories about, so that you know where I'm standing at here. About a month ago, you know, and I'm always telling you guys, man, when I'll tell you, when I see something that's out of place, man, like it's just me, man. I can't take it. I got to find out what the hell's going on, and so I did. I pulled up on my place one afternoon. I wasn't even intending to go back there because I was busy, man, like as usual. Jesus, man, I never get a break. But that's okay. I don't mind. I love what I'm doing. But anyways, I pulled up there, and I noticed these two guys. They're by the Jubilee Abilities bus there where I live, in the old folks place. I live in an old folks home, a senior's place, and so I pull up there, and the Abilities van sitting there in the parking lot, and right away I noticed these two jigaboos standing there, and well, this ain't good. Like, what are they doing on the other side of that thing? So I got out of my truck, I parked my truck, and I went right at them, and I said, "Hey, what the hell are you guys doing over there?" "Yeah, sure shit, you know, they're taking the fuel, they're taking all the goddamn fuel out of an Abilities bus for seniors, you know, people who can't walk, man, and they're stealing the fuel out of it." I'm telling you, I seen some despicable things, but man, that one got to me. I'll tell you that. So, you know, as soon as they knew I had busted them, they jumped into their car and they took off. And now I'm trying to take a picture of their license plate and everything, and I didn't manage to do it. I missed the boat there. Usually I'm pretty good at it. Usually my phone's on the ready, but it wasn't that day. I didn't even have it in my hand. And by the time I got taking pictures there, those boys were gone, man. I'll tell you something. Before I got into my truck, I called 911. Got in my truck. Took me about 2 minutes to catch up to them boys. You know why? Because I know this town like the back of my hand, man. And I do. You can bet on it. I know every back alley, every shortcut, I'm telling you, I know every inch of the road in this city. I drove them for 7 days every year, every day for 7 years, 14 to 17 hours a day. Nobody can tell me I don't know this town, man. Nobody. I know every inch of it. And so it wasn't hard for me to catch up to them, eh? And I did, and I had 911 on the phone the whole damn time, and I'm telling them, I'm saying, Jesus, man, where are you guys, man? Like, you got me on the phone here for 10, I'm chasing these guys down, and I was, like, I found them right away, and I wasn't letting them go, so I'm on 911 there anyways, And they're asking me, where are you now? Where are you now? And I'd tell them I'm at Ramp, whatever, and we're at 11th Street, whatever. I'll tell you, man, those boys headed for out of town, and they were heading for Delisle, which is a little town out of Saskatoon here, by the time the boys caught up with us. And when they did, I'll say they were like, I put this little Dodge through the test, man. She's rarely going very slow. You can ask anybody that too who knows me, but like right now, like this is not even driving for me. I got to pay attention because I got to do this. I got to do this. And anyways, yeah, they flew by me, man. I don't know. They must have been going 100 miles an hour because, man, I was moving. And I'm sure that little van they had in was panned right out, man, because I didn't have this thing halfway to the floor and I was keeping up with them. And so anyways, they flew by me. And by time, like I slowed right down. As soon as the cops went by, I knew they had him. They had him. They knew who they were looking for. I explained it to them perfectly. I was right behind the guys. How could they not have him? So anyways, I knew they had him, and I slowed right down. And I pulled over to the side of the road, and I forget what I done there for a minute, and decided to drive up that way where they caught them boys. Well, by the time I got there, they already had them in cuffs. And they were putting them in the back of a car. So I went, well, that's right on. That's a good deal. And so I'm heading back into town. You know, this is a little way out of town. And I'm heading back into town. And I stop off on one of the side roads just before you get into the city because they had asked me on the phone, you know, stop back there somewhere and the boys will come and take a statement from you, hey? Right there out in the country. And I said, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'll be here, man. I'll be standing out here doing what I do, I said. And, oh yeah, what's that? I said, well, I just love taking pictures of the sky, you know, that's what I do. So you'll see me on this road over here and I'll be taking pictures of the sky. Okay, he said, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I'm out there and I'm taking pictures of the sky. These guys pull up on me, two of them, tall guy and little short guy. On you boys, you know who they are. You got the file, man. You got the file. They know who they are. And anyways, and one's a tall guy and one's a little guy. And so they take the statement. We've got to turn the cameras on, and they give me my rights and the whole bit. Everything was cool. Nothing was, you know. They do what they do. Read your rights and take your statement. So yeah, I'll play that game. And so they put the cameras on and everything, and I'm gave this statement, da-da-da-da, and it was over. And the cop says to me, he goes, well, that's all, Mike. He says, you can go now and you can do whatever you want. You know, that's all we need from you. I'll tell you, they never did get back to me about who those boys were. And I don't even know if they went to Jubilee Residences and told them, but I sure did. I said, caught a couple boys stealing your fuel out there. You might want to buy a lock and gas cap, man. And oh yeah, we'll do that. So that was good. And holy Christ. And anyways, their interview's done. And I'm taking pictures of the sun or moon. Well, let me tell you this. You're free to go, Mike. You can do whatever you want now. And I said, no, boys, I'm not free to go. No, not yet. Oh, why is that? I said, well, because I'm not free to go. I want to show you something. Oh, what's that? He says. I said, well, let's face the western sky here. So they did. I said, you guys see anything strange? They're looking around the sky, and the little guy goes to me, well, I don't see nothing. Like, what are you seeing that we're not seeing? I said, well, boys, have a good look. I mean, have a real good look. You see the sun there? Yeah. I said, well, what's that over to the left? They're looking for the moon. I said, yeah, you guys can see, I said. When the goddamn hell did you ever see the moon and the sun on the same side of the sky? I thought when we had the sun, you know, our good friends down Aussie land there got the moon. That's what I always thought. I never used to see the moon and the sun and same sky, and you know, they were pretty much not quite the same height, but I'm telling you, one was a little higher than the other, and there they were sitting, both of them sitting in the same part of the sky. So I pointed out to them, and you know, the tall guy goes, "Hey man, he's right," and the little guy's just staring up there, staring up there. And so finally I told him, "Yeah, boys, it's not good. Like I've watched the sky a long time. I grew up, you know, 60 years on this planet. I've been 60-some years. I've been around, man. I've watched the sky a lot, and I've never seen the moon and the sun on the same side of the sky." And you know, they started agreeing with me. And I'll tell you what, no word of a lie, the little guy, when I start spewing the word there about the harlot and everything, that little guy was listening to me, you know. And then he looked at me, and I knew he was thinking about it, eh? I just knew he was. And he says to me, "You know, you're starting to scare me." That's what he said. I said, "Good, you should be scared." Like, you guys haven't noticed that the sun and the moon are on the same side of the sky? Yeah, you should be scared. Can't notice things like that. I'd be scared if I couldn't notice things like that. I truly would be. So anyways, that's how that ended and the way it went, you know. Never did hear nothing about them two boys again. Last night, people. I'm telling you, I don't give a damn. I'm laying it out because I'm tired, man. I'm tired of this. This is not right. And, you know, it's just not. I'm a Canadian, man. I'm running around my own country, in my own town. And I'm getting followed around. By who? Well, I don't know. They never say who they are. I got my ideas, you know, them guys with the white things in their ears all the time. I told you. Posted pictures right in my content, man. I was hoping the boys would see that one, you know, the law here. I was hoping the boys see that one. So those boys been following me around, man. And I took pictures of them on purpose. They're fooling around with the wrong boy, let me tell you. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I live in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And boy, I got guys following me around that I don't even know who the hell they are. Bullshit, man. Don't tell me I don't get my spidey sense up. And anyways, so I get a little hungry last night. I do from time to time, and not too often. Like I said, I'm not too fancy on this new food. None of it. I don't like none of it. I really don't. So yeah, but I did. I got hungry and I need a little energy. And so I went to. There was a taco time out there in Kensington. So I went there, and when I pulled up to Kensington, there was nobody there. There was no other vehicles. There was nothing, you know. And I went in and I got my food, and I come out, and there's this car parked beside my passenger's door. Okay, fine, free will, you know, whatever, park where you want. I don't give a damn. As long as you're not scratching up my truck or running into my back end or something, I don't give a damn. There's my place right there. Just drove by it. And yeah, so I get in the truck and I'm taking my food out, and I start eating, and this guy's just staring at me, man. He won't quit staring at me, you know. I never met a fella that loves staring at another guy while he's eating, you know. I just don't get that shit either. Like what was he doing? I was thinking to myself, like, what's he doing, man? Sitting there staring at me while I'm trying. And I couldn't eat no more because this guy, he's staring at me. So I got a plan, and I knew. Believe me, people, I knew what was going on. You gotta friggin' believe me, man. I did. I knew what was going on. So I cranked the Dodge up and I backed out. And as I was backing out, that guy got on the phone, man. I don't know where he was. I don't know what he was doing. He could have been calling his girlfriend for all I know. I mean, I don't say nothing solid until I've got the facts, but I will tell you what I know, you know. Anyways, man, when I was pulling out, he's on the phone right away, and he's got these guys that have been following me around. Go look at them pictures that I posted. They've all got these goddamn white things in their ears, and seems every time I come around, boy, they jump on the phone pretty quick. So, I mean, tell me I'm not supposed to look out for shit. The hell with that, man. Like, these guys are following me, man. Lots of them, too. Like, last night, that doesn't matter how many. It's this story that really important. So anyways, I back out and I drive across the street to the co-op. Nice co-op over there in Kensington, and I parked right in front of the front doors, and I parked there for a reason, man, a real good reason. I parked there for, people, because I know that place has cameras. That place has damn good cameras. I know the place as well. Hauled a lot of liquor out of them co-op stores when I had my business. A lot of them. I checked them places out lots, man. I checked out every place I delivered for. Lots. And anyways, this co-op, I knew that place had good cameras, so I went and parked in front of that door immediately, man. And I wasn't there 5 minutes. I'll give them 10. I'll give them 10 minutes just to be, generous. And I seen this white car come in from the right of me. And that thing pulled up in beside me like it was on fire with no place to go, man. And I ain't kidding you, man. She pulled up fast. And as fast as that car pulled up, this fella jumps out, man. And I'm telling you, I think I told you at the beginning, the only guys that ask me for a smoke in this town is my native brothers. Nobody else asks me that. Nobody. And this guy gets out. First thing he says to me, I got my window down, and the first thing he says to me is, hey, you got an extra smoke I can get from you? I just looked at him. I didn't say nothing. I knew what it was up. Like the way he got out of that car. Now I'm telling you, when this guy came at me, people, I'm telling you for serious, this man had no love in his eyes. I'll guarantee you that. I will guarantee you that. Anyways, he goes, you got a smoke? And I didn't say nothing. I just looked at him. Well, that's not true. When I was backing out, I did say something. I said 3 words. 3 words only. That's all I said. No more, no less. And those 3 words was, nice try, boys. That was it, man. That's the only thing I said. And these cops can go look at that co-op camera and see that. They can go see it. You know what else they're also gonna see? I'll tell you what else they're gonna see. They're gonna see this guy, man, in the co-op parking lot, people pumping gas, and Canadians going about their life, and then they gotta hear this shit. That guy started spewing absurdities at me, man, like you wouldn't believe. Racist. Quit preaching your Bible in this town. You're giving everybody else a bad name, and you're going to hell, and the usual. And I'm like, well, whatever, say what you want. Free will. But I did. The only 3 things I said to them boys was, nice try, boys. And the cops can go look at that. I don't give a goddamn. But they better be looking at what that boy was doing too, because I'll tell you something. There's some new laws in this country against hate speech. Brand new ones, them authorities that were running us. You can't. Did you know in Canada that you in some places you cannot preach Jesus on the street corner? It's against the law because it's classed hate speech. It offends everybody. Can you believe that shit? In Canada. Yeah. And so anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, that guy. There's 2 of them. And that other guy driving, I'll tell you, man, that was one shady looking guy, boy. Let me tell you. Pretty shady looking hombre that guy was, man. Pretty shady. Looks like he'd been around a few places. I know, because I've been around a few places. Lots of places. And anyways, yeah, they weren't nice guys. And like I said, they had no love in their eyes. So I parked that camera for sure. The cops can go look at that, okay? I'm done with the bullshit. You know what I'm talking about. They can go look at it. They can come and friggin' try and come and charge me for hate speech or something on the internet, and I'll tell you what, not gonna happen to me. Not like them people in England. You know, those poor people, they say things what they want to say on the internet these days, and guess what? They get arrested for what they want to say in their own country. I'll tell you, that's some upside down shit to me, if you ask me. Yeah, get arrested for saying stuff on the internet. Englishmen in their own country. For what? Because they won't speak the narrative of the powers that be want them to. They want to change things, man. And they have been. And they've been changing them big time. And people all over the world have been stomped on it for it. That's the truth, people. That's the real truth. And the real truth is, I never did nobody or nothing to anybody here. All I do is go around and do what I do. I watch the sky. I read the word. Tell people about, I had a pretty good time today. I just went right out on the street in Saskatoon here and uptown and put my phone on Facebook, and everybody that came down the street, I stopped them. Hey man, you better follow this and you should know this stuff. And man, I got a few people, eh? But anyways, I gotta tell this story. And anyways, that's it. You know, the two coppers not seeing the sun and the moon on the same, and those guys stealing from like from seniors and people who can't walk. Yeah, see, there's one of them guys right behind me right now honking his horn. Yeah, honk all you want. I cut you off for a reason. No, I didn't. That's a lie too. Actually, just about didn't see him, but he pulled right in behind me, man. But anyways, I don't care about him either. Anyways, that happened. True story, man, true story. And I'll bet you there's a few people at that co-op store that can say it was a true story. I know damn well that camera can. There was people watching people. There was people watching. And so the cops can come and talk to me all they want, you know, or stop me when they want, like they do. And I mean, I know the law, man. And when they stop me, I say, like, what are you charging me for? What are you stopping me for? You know, they don't give me none of that gotta see your license bullshit, because I just lay it to them. I go, well, if I committed a crime or whatever, yeah, I'll show them to you. If you got nothing on me, man, I gotta go. I gotta go, man. And so, yeah, it usually works. But you know what they tell me all the time? Yeah, I'll start pulling that stuff off. And they tell me, oh yeah, sorry Mr. Jones, we are looking for a truck. Looks a lot like yours, but yeah, I can see that you're not the truck we're looking for. And I just say to myself, I know damn well I'm not the truck you're looking for. You know what I mean? Like they've got their ways, right? They've got their ways. Everybody's got their ways around the law. Come on, man. Everybody's fucking tried it once or twice. But those guys, wow, man. Like that's the kind of shit I deal with in this town for the last, well, quite a while, let me tell you. And everybody that knows me knows it. All my native brother knows it. My family knows it. They know how, they know, you know, they worry lots, but they know, and all my native brothers know. Everybody that knows me around here knows how I get hassled. Everybody, all my friends, all the people I know. All the people in the restaurants, well, I don't bring that up too much around them, because, you know, they're running businesses, and you just don't do that around business stuff. And not only that, they need drivers, and I mean, they need drivers. And yeah, I don't have a crew anymore, so they ain't getting my drivers. I had 45 regular guys working for me at one time. And and part-timers, well, in my courier business here, and you know, I don't know how many of them. Christ, me and my daughter Kachiri, we must have went through 100 to 200 different part-timers in 7 years, I'm sure. But yeah, a bunch of nice guys. And like I say, I had Filipino guys. I'll tell you, there's some more guys them Filipino fellas, man, I had 3 or 4 of them working for me, I think. And I'll tell you, boy, I'll tell you, I wish I would have had 100 of them. Because for one thing, that I really liked of all 4 of them, they're God-fearing people. I'll tell you that. They are. They like the word, those people. They certainly do. And work on time. Never miss. You know, never. Polite. Everybody likes them. You know, everybody likes them in town here. And polite fellas. And I mean, really nice guys. And yeah, I wish I'd have had 100 of those guys. But yeah, I had all kinds working for me. Like, it didn't matter to me. Like, I don't care. Just like my same as my hometown. I had all kinds. We had all kinds of, you know, people there. We had Ukrainians and Russians and Mennonites and Hutterites and the native people and the Métis people and Frenchmen and like, we had it all, man. It was good. We had a little town. I used to play a lot of hockey in my day, and my dad one year set up a provincial team to go take on all the rest of these boys in Saskatchewan. But we didn't have enough population to make it into the category we wanted, so my dad got this bright idea. You know what? I'm going to go to Zenham Park. Go talk to them boys, see if they'd like to join forces with us and take a run at this provincial championship. Well, you go to Zenham Park, and you drive into Zenham Park, which is about, I don't know, 30 miles from my hometown, something like that. It's out by Tisdale, Melfort. And you drive into Zenham Park, and I tell you, if you blink your eyes, you don't know what happened. Because when you open your eyes, it's like you're in Quebec. Every person there is a Frenchman. Work around that big dehyde plant around that over there, alfalfa and stuff, and farming and whatever. But I mean, the whole town's French. They're Quebecers. And I'll tell you, those guys, man, the guys that played hockey with us, wow, talk about hockey players. Wow. They were dandies. Wasso boy and a Susie boy and I remember I'll never forget their names. Those guys could play hockey, boy. And nice guys. All of them in Zenham Park. I never had a problem with a Frenchman there. Not in my life. Played a lot of hockey with them. And good hockey players. And same with the rest of my town there. Ukrainian. Boy, I had a right winger. I was a centerman. I had a right winger, Steven Urbanowski. He's a Ukrainian boy. And I'll tell you, boy, that was a dandy. Holy cow, man, was that a guy, a good hockey player. And we were playing back in the days when Wendell Clark was playing and Trent Yanni was captain of Chicago there for a while. And then this other bugger from Nipawin, Lyndon Byers, used to play for Boston Bruins. Yeah, we played against that guy too. I had a buddy named Brent Forbes take him on every time. Bill Forbesy, he was quite the guy. Forbesy's no longer with us. He died in the Saskatchewan River. Was it the Saskatchewan? Yeah, I think it was. No. Yeah, I think it was Saskatchewan River, right by Nipawin there, if I remember. You know, I tell you, there's a guy I grew up with and I loved, and yeah, he was awesome. That guy could play hockey too. But yeah, he'd fight that Lyndon Byers every time. And anyways, we won this provincial thing. The Frenchmen joined us there, and we won. We won the whole damn thing. And what a hockey team that was. And anyways, where was it? Oh, the last part, here's the kicker, and I got to do it because I got about, oh, Jesus. I haven't slept in 2 days, you know. 2 days, man. I haven't even been home. But, like, who could sleep, right? And so I'm going to pull over here uptown somewhere, and I'm going to finish this off because I've got that. Remember I told you I got my word, and I got a little thing called Muhammad in the Bible that I really want. Oh man, am I going to lay this on, man? Because you've never heard it this way, I guarantee you. Just start thinking about any way you want what you're about to hear, but I'll bet you have never heard it this way. Never. No, like I said, it's an original, and it don't come from me. So I'll take it from there. So I got my Bible with me, my word. And I got this other other book, Muhammad in the Bible. Well, friends, I want to tell you where I got that book from. That's my main point here. Ain't about, well, it's a little bit about something else, but it's nothing to do with anything wrong, right? I just want you to know where I got that book from, and I want this whole goddamn town to know where I got that book from, and I mean the whole goddamn town. You hear me? I got that book from a friend of mine. Guess what his name is? His name's Amir. Hell of a nice guy. I'm telling you, this guy's a gentleman. He's a happy-go-lucky dude, that guy. He's never you know, not cheerful. And I'll tell you something, does this man love his grandkids? Boy, that's all he talks about. And I'll tell you something else. Me and him talk lots. He's my neighbor. He's my neighbor, people. You know what? I consider him my friend. Me and him go sit out at the picnic tables there, or just around the corner, and have a smoke or something. He smokes. I smoke. And we'll go around the corner there and have a smoke, and he'll tell me his thing, and I'll tell him mine, and I'll tell you, there's nobody at each other's throats, and you're wrong here and you're wrong there. I mean, it's just two guys figuring stuff out, right? And I swear to God, you guys, I like this guy, man. He's just too nice not to like. And the way he loves his grandchildren, man, I just love that. And anyways, I got it from him, and we do that. We talk all the time, man. Like, and I'm a racist. Like, get off the pot, man. I like this guy, and I got a real good story for you about Amir. And it better be quick. But anyways, okay, I'll tell it quick because I'm running out of time. Just so you know, because I know shit's gonna happen here, and they ain't calling me no goddamn racist, because I ain't. You can believe it, man. I ain't no goddamn racist. Never was. And anyways, he had a really good story. About 2 weeks ago, he went to this political thing here in town. I don't know. The MLAs from Regina came up here, you know. That place they used to call Pile of Bones. You know, back in the day when the native people were losing their way of life, and in fact, some of it had already disappeared, and Louis Riel and the boys were running around the plains here. My relatives, you know. Back in them days, it was called Pile of Bones. But anyways, all these MLAs come up to the city, and had a great time. There was Muslims, everything, Catholics, da-da-da-da-da. This has got to be quick. And Amir went, and he come back, and he had the best stories I ever heard, man. Like, wow, it was so great. They had bouncy castles and burgers and steaks and all this and that. And the kids had bouncy castles, and everybody was getting along. They were Catholics, they were Mennonites, they were everybody was happy getting along. And I said, oh yeah, sound like a lot like the Freedom Convoy. I said, that's the kind of stuff I like. Everybody getting along. And I tell you, this guy was happy to go, and that guy, man, was happy to see everybody getting along. Ask him yourself. So if these bullshitting assholes come and tell me that I'm a racist, I'll tell you, they got another thing coming.